All right. So, ChannelOne TV to embark on I Stand Against Galamsey today, and that was yesterday, of course. The story here says the management of ChannelOne TV and 97.3 City FM will embark on a campaign titled I Stand Against Galamsey today, September 16th. Now, that happened, and we want to take a look at and other stories there about different people that declared their stance and their position on the Galamsey fight during the campaign that we held, the on-air broadcast that we have. Now, statements by politicians on Galamsey fight cosmetics. Now, this cosmetic. Now, this one is from an international peace ambassador. And this one says here, International Peace Ambassador Togbe Goba Tengi Sedo has criticized politicians' remarks on illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey, labeling them as merely cosmetic. Now, according to Togbe Sedo, the government is fully aware of the powerful individuals supporting the youth involved in the Galamsey activities, yet remains lacking. Speaking during ChannelOne TV's I Stand Against Galamsey campaign on Monday, Togbe Sedo emphasized that the Galamsey crisis poses a more severe threat to the nation than both climate change and deforestation. He called for a more genuine and impactful response from political leaders to tackle the issue. Now, we've come to the conclusion that the statements being made by our politicians are cosmetic. The reason being that the big guys are behind the poor young men and women who are engaged in the Galamsey for their daily bread. The question is, who finances them? What is more alarming is the effects on our water bodies, he stated, and the story is there. And there are several such stories also on ChannelOneNews.com as well as CityNewsroom.com. I want to begin this conversation with Elvis Darko and ask that, you know, Elvis, Otumfo at a certain sitting, and I think it's happened even more than once, has said that some of you chiefs here, we know you are involved. The Speaker of Parliament has also said that some of you in this room here, MPs, are involved. So if we actually know what's the struggle, why are we finding it so difficult to deal with this matter? Because we know the people, and as this man is saying, Togbe Sedo is saying, it's like almost cosmetic comments being made by politicians.
They themselves are making cosmetic comments. Why don't they mention the names of the people? If the speaker says, are you MP, some of you are into, you should mention the name MP A, B, C, D. I have evidence you are into Galamsey. So, the whole thing is, see, my brother, this Galamsey fight, see, Ghana is not the first to fight Galamsey. And we're going to fight Galamsey for a long time. There's no doubt about that.
Do we have a long time, though?
Yeah, whether we like it or not.
Because, think about it, the waters are getting...
Whether you like it or not, you fight it for a long time. Just as the Western countries are still fighting drugs. And there's no end to it, simply because the money involved is big.
Yeah.
I should tell you that fighting Galamsey is going to a long time because the money involved in Galamsey is big. Data from the Minerals Commission for the first half of this year shows that export of gold, the legal ones, for 5 months, for 6 months, is $5 billion. Out of that amount, small-scale miners, that is considered to be the legal aspect, is $1.7 billion. You want to fight $1.7 billion crime in an economy like Ghana, you should understand that there's a lot of money there to influence anybody who wants to fight the illegality. And that is the problem we're having. Just as the drug has a lot of money to influence, but that's why with all the intelligence agencies around the world collaborating on daily basis to fight the drugs are still going to their countries on daily basis. Same way, anything that has money, just like Galamsey, will be difficult to fight. However, if we actually want to fight Galamsey, we should know that the first 2 attempts have failed. And we have not actually taken any meaningful steps. And therefore, the third fight we are pushing the government to go into is a failure from the start.
Why?
Because President Mahama deployed the military and the police and everybody to the Galamsey fight. It failed. When the Akufo-Addo government came, we didn't do any study of why the Mahama operation failed. We didn't get any recommendations as to what we should do based on what has happened at in the Mahama era. And the Akufo-Addo also decided to fight Galamsey, ban illegal mining for 2 years, deploy soldiers and everything. All of us in the country have agreed that it's a failed fight. That is why we are here today. But and if we agree that it's a failed fight, that's why we are here today. The question is, why are we saying we are going to another fight when, number one,
yes,
I have not seen any report, that tells me that the failed Galamsey fight that we've done, we've brought in different crop of people to review what has been done. You see, when you are engaged in something and the thing fails and they say you should review, if you, the same people who did the work, are to review, you are likely to defend your actions. So when people are given a task and they fail, and you want a good review because you want a solution, you give that job to independent group who did not have any role in that particular duty. And therefore, I was expecting that we'll see a report that following the failure of the Galamsey fight, this group of people have been put together who did not have any role. All the reports from the fight have been submitted to them. They have studied it. They've even gone to the fields to see the situation. They've made their recommendation, actually identified the lapses why it failed, made their recommendations, and come up with strategies as to how we should approach it based on past experiences. If we have done that, and then recommendation must be that anybody who had played a role in the failed fight should not have any role to play in the new fight. We need different crop of people to lead, because for those who have failed, there's nothing to expect from them. But then we are deploying the same institutions that have failed in this fight to go back and fight. It is a lost cause from the beginning. So for me, I have said that until we sit down and say, we are giving ourselves a month or 2 for us to review all that we have done from the Mahama to Akufo-Addo. Why did the fight fail? What and what happened? We were in this country where we were told that the entire Galamsey committee that was going around fighting, that a lot of them were compromised and they were collecting money from people. And all. Have you seen any report that shows you that those things were investigated? Mr. A, B were found guilty. This one was not found guilty. This was prosecuted. This one was not prosecuted. Did you see any report? The answer is no. We left it hanging. So, you see, a lot happened why the thing failed. We don't have any report to show us that this is why the thing failed. And this time we are not going to repeat these things that made it fail. So, my suggestion is that, look, to be frank with you, if we want to win this Galamsey fight, NDC and MPs have all agreed that their members are involved in the Galamsey. We have been told that MPs are involved. We have been told that pastors are involved. We have been told that journalists are involved. We have been told that lawyers are involved. All kinds of people are involved in this fight. So winning this fight is not about deploying the same strategy. So I have said that if you ask me, 1, we should do all the reviews. After the reviews, we should have recommendations. The recommendations should be used to develop strategies. But before we do that, I am of the opinion that we need foreign expertise. Countries that have fought Galamsey with some level of success. There's nothing wrong if you want to say, oh, we want your experts who led the fight, people who were able to help you achieve some results, come into Ghana and help us, advise us, show us strategies, how we can do it based on the lessons they have learned in their countries. Secondly, just as Nigeria is fighting Boko Haram now by using intelligence organizations around the world, from America to France and the rest, asking them to provide them officers of the intelligence services to come in and help them in terms of intelligence gatherings and other things. I believe that we also need to ask for that help from those advanced countries that, look, this thing is an existential threat. We need experts from your places to come in, help us, okay? Then when these will come in and they help us to fashion out a strategy, then all those who were part of the failed process will not be part of it. We define a different group of people that can go in, led by these foreigners. Because when the foreigners are leading this fight, they don't know Elvis, they don't know you. So if you are party A member or party B member and you are involved, they will expose you. And they will make sure that whoever is involved, whatever you report they have to write, and how they will get the report to the public, they will get to do it. But what we are doing right now is just another cosmetic thing we are going to do. We'll go and carry public money and put it in there. And what people have not realized that from the Mahama to Akufo, the amount of money you have sunk into Galamsey, because it's under security, nobody is disclosing the figures. But if those figures are to be disclosed as to how much money we've sunk into this thing and we are still here, you would have said that the fight is needless. Because clearly, taxpayers' money that should have been used for something else has been sunk into a fight. The fight is not yielding the results. Meanwhile, the money is still being pumped into it.
So we should
leave
our waters to get
that's what I'm saying, that whether you like it or not, what fight we're going to do will not work. If we do what I'm saying, that if we do the reviews, independent group of people who do not have any role to play in all the field fights, they study what has happened. We bring in experts from outside the country. I believe that we need expertise from outside the country, from countries that have achieved some success in the fight of Galamsey, to come in and help us with what they did that gave them some success. We need intelligence gathering from intelligence organizations around the world to come in with their technology and expertise to also help. If we have been able to develop this and now fashion out a new way of fighting the Galamsey, and then this thing is largely led by these foreigners, and they are taking the decision and the directives to the security agencies that will achieve something. But when we heard that even with the security agencies at a point, they were divided. Soldiers now have to form their own led by the defense ministry. Those were the allegations. And the African Party also has a different committee, simply because there was so much money that people were being paid left and right. And you are telling me we should deploy the same security agencies that have gone to do this to go and fight. Probably you may be thinking that maybe the labor union leaders, the pastors, and the group of people who are issuing all the statements who think that this thing can be fought, probably have to bring all of them on board and say, you labor union, you this CSO, you bishops conference, and all you NAT and the rest who think that the politicians and the soldiers and the security have failed, come in. We'll constitute you people into a team. Maybe you people are angels, will not collect any bribe from people, and you can help. Maybe you people should come on board and also help in the lead with the fight. But for now, the police and the security agencies you think we have to deploy, we deploy them under Mahama, it didn't work. We deployed them under Akufo, it didn't work. We said we should deploy them again with the same structures and strategies. Nobody is telling us they are going to do something different. I don't see how we can be doing the same thing and expect a different result. So for me, I think that this decision and all the push, I think that the institutions that are pushing the government to go in again, I think that they should rather come together and say that government, we also think that we can also be at the forefront of the fight, because those that you send and your politicians are not willing to expose each other. We, the labor unions, we, the Christian community, we, the Muslim leaders, we think if we lead and we know that Mr. A is involved, we'll mention that, we'll present the report, we'll make sure the person gets arrested. Then we can be talking about, for me, as we speak, the way we have approached this fight from Mahama to Akufo till now, deploying any number of soldiers to these places will be just another exercise in futility, because we are only going to repeat what we have done in the past that have failed. Because I've not seen anything new that anybody is suggesting that we should do that will change it. And as I've said, we are not the first countries to go and fight Galamsey. From Peru to Colombia, to French Guyana, to the Amazon, to everywhere. It's shown that it is difficult to fight Galamsey. And therefore, we cannot say that we have the magic wand to win it. If we had, the first two fights would have been succeeded. And therefore, we should be coming out different approaches, different ways, thinking differently, coming out different strategies. But for me, what we've done in the past is what we are going to repeat. And if that is the case, I don't see any positive results coming out of it.
Okay. All right.